Welcome, gentlemen, to the Bikers of Africa podcast. It's taken us a bit of time, to sit around the table. Then I'm not referring to you guys. I'm even referring to your predecessors. The guys who were there before you. We have tried, but life is life. People are busy.
Yeah.
We try to embrace the new era that we're in. As far as biking is concerned, right? I think back in the days, the media element in biking was kept away, was pushed away because, biking was that space where you just want to be free and do what you want and, express yourself. You'd find the weirdest people doing the weirdest things, in our fraternity, because that's the only place where, they would find that freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, as time progressed, I realized, and not only me, a few other people, that we are not where we're supposed to be as far as biking is concerned. And part of that reason, I feel, is that you have clubs, you have councils, you have presidents, and you have these meetings that happen on a monthly, quarterly basis, annual basis, that our fellow leaders attend. And these critical messages that don't filter down to the clubs. You know what I mean? That has been, over a decade, one of my biggest frustrations, right? And for me, going the media route was part of a solution, to try and, get, messages that need to be spread out into the community, from leaders such as yourselves, and see what type of traction we can build from that, So this is just one of those efforts, and I hope our discussion will be just centered around that and try and be as progressive and add as much value to biking as possible. You know what I mean? So let's get started. If you gentlemen can kindly just introduce yourselves. Are we starting with ABC because it starts with an A?
My VIN number. VIN number. That's my VIN number. But I'm known as Lord Lopez in biking, president of High Rollas, and then chairperson of Africa Biking Council, known as ABC.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
And then just a quick one. Are we? Sure. Yeah.
Thanks, Manida. Lekamos Kamangap is my name. People always ask me why the writing name Leskido. Obviously, Lekano Oscar, the combination. The president of Platinum Expandables and the chairperson of RAMBO since April this year. Before that, I was the vice chair of RAMBO, and before that was the SG of RAMBO as well. So that's who I am.
Lovely. So I think we all have a bit of history as far as being part and parcel of the community is concerned, the biking community, right? Where did your journeys start, right? When did you first become attracted to biking?
Yeah.
What enticed you? Were you recruited? And what got you into club riding and eventually association and so on? So just that background, so that the viewers can get to know you better.
It's quite interesting for me. Must have been 2008, somewhere there.
Yeah. If you can just close up to the mic.
You always see bikers, you always see bikes passing you, and you loved the sound so much that you want to be part of that. So in 2009, I joined biking, bought my first bike. Then thereafter, I was actually a lone rider for quite some time, but associating myself with various clubs. I can mention Eagles, Assault. Eventually, I found a home in Platinum Expandables. Ever since, I've never looked back. My first club, and it's still my club currently. Yeah.
Is there anything specific that you found in Platinum Expendables that was different from other clubs that you came across?
Yeah, I think sometimes you want something that is unique to who you are. It's chilled. I think it's matured. It's a family. And it's responsible bikers, I want to believe. I've seen responsible activities, and I've also seen, not so responsible activities amongst our family, like any other family. So I'm still convinced that I'm in the right place.
Okay.
I'm in the right family. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So Lopez,
The boy.
sure.
Now mine is it's a very. Do you have the time? Mine is
Go for it.
it's a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Look.
I actually heard of a story nyana go Sun Riders. As a breaker down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my story is a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Look, we are in this, Zamazamanyana kind of business.
Yeah.
So sometimes someone gives you something, you must give them something, so you get something, all those kind of things. So it happened that this other time, that's on a Friday.
Yeah.
I get a small payment. I call the gentleman, I'm like, hey, chief, that's what I saying. I must give you your things here. So you have ordered the cash, I must withdraw or go for you.
Yeah.
This man doesn't say anything. Yeah, withdraw. I think 9 o'clock I was at FNB clear water. Take the money.
More or less how much was the amount?
No, that didn't really matter. So I called the guy around room 11. Kiri, Muhammad.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Hey, where are you? I'm in Pretoria. I have your money. It's like, here, my bra. Hey, floor. Pakirki. And already I may throw it office. So I'm on my way to Harry Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, Chief Pella, I have this thing of yours in the car. What must happen to it?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about hijack or why jets, all those things.
Yeah.
So I'm driving to Hatfield. On my way back, I see a garage here on your left, parking CIT.
Yeah.
When I'm really bike it, I little cheap.
Yeah.
Like I get in a bike, check or it like what's what.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the money in the car so okay. Let's put back.
Are you telling us how much you had?
No. So
Yeah.
I see this maroon boulevard.
Yeah.
I did not know how to ride. So it was 2015.
Yeah.
I know nothing about riding.
Yeah.
But that bike was like, yeah, it was nice. And I'm asking this man, I'm like, how much is this thing? It's like 169. I'm like, 150 kg. It's like, if you don't leave this place now,
Yeah.
I swipe and move.
It's all yours.
It's only 150. I was like, nigga, save more. So I called Uncle JR, AB, my former president.
Yeah.
Because me and him are childhood friends. I'm like, hey, Mkhala.
Yeah.
He's like, Shoguru Moga, the spinal, I got a regular bike. I got a regular bike. I bought that thing, I didn't even know how to ride.
Interesting.
So my first bike was a Boulevard M109 1800.
Yeah.
People learn to ride on 600s and 250s. I learned to ride on 800. 1800.
Yeah. Ne?
Even still to date, Boulevard is my favorite bike.
So before that, you had no interest. I mean, as Press Leskido said, I mean, he would always see bikers, riding past, and it would, entice him in some way. So now you were just the window shop.
I don't think. Look, I think I knew about biking. Sure. Like I have my cousin who was part of Black Diamond or something.
Yeah,
he used to ride. So I would always hear him talk about bikes. Sure. Like how you live here for and get to Polokwane 5 and still get to watch wrestling and stuff like that,
Yeah.
But I was not like, and then I used to see Bujozi, but it's like, yeah, I really bike so what,
Sure.
Until the day when I saw a Boulevard 1800.
Yeah.
That's how I love it. That's how I fell in love with bike.
So do you still have one in the garage?
No.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Look, I was big then. I was 190 kg, so that's the only bike that could carry me.
And right now?
Yeah, I know I'm like 90 something. Just learning now, you know. So.
Inspiration. I'm coming.
An 1800 bike.
No, right?
190.
Sure. That's okay. For now, I'm too big for that thing.
But is it not a bike that you would want to go back, and buy as a collector's item, because it has opened up, this world for you? That are you not that attached?
No, I am.
To, yeah.
Look, I think if the funds did matter, I can actually afford to have it and get 80 million. Yeah.
Sure.
But if, like, just say now, let's say you say to me, Lopez, here's 400,000.
Sure.
Get a bike.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a boulevard.
You're gonna go downstairs.
Oh yeah,
Of course. It's not I love it, but I think it's going to be luxury for me to have it, just to have it. But for now, and it doesn't do what it used to do for me. Then I think it worked for biological reasons. I mean, even if I wanted any other bike, what bike could I ride when you're weighing 190 kgs downstairs?
Downstairs. So the downstairs that the gentlemen are referring to is the downstairs of Harley Davidson Mzansi. This is where we basically record him from, and as you come in, there's a whole array of different bike types that really leave you feeling otherwise. You feel like, I'm not working hard enough. When you walk in and out of here, there's really some pretty beautiful bikes lined up downstairs. So now you've both gotten your first bikes, right? And then I would presume that AB is the one that steered you into the club that you currently belong to, which is High Rollas, right? And then Leskido has already explained his story and his journey. So at that point in time, what's your observation about the biking culture? What is it that excites you? What is it that frustrates you? What's new to you at that specific point in time?
So you're talking 2009, 2010.
Okay.
Somewhere there. Back then, you didn't know too many people in biking. My brother was in biking, yes. And I used to go out with him, but driving and seeing what was happening. And I observed a few things which are still applicable even now. You see people congregating in one area for many reasons. So they know each other. They ride the same bikes. They enjoy the same, activities outside of biking. But there's also frustrations, how do you penetrate into biking when you're not a biker? It's very difficult, It's easy for him. AB was there. It was somewhat easy for me. My brother was there. But if you don't know anyone in biking, it's a difficult community to infiltrate, to get into. We don't trust easily. But once we trust, we trust. That's the beauty of our community. Yeah.
Well, look, for me, it was easy.
Yeah.
Not in Namutawat.
Yeah.
It doesn't take me time to. So for me, it was very easy. I actually made friends. My first biking friends were, I think, nearly Majida Araskale, the drop squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the first guys that I actually got to become comfortable with in biking. For me, it didn't really change much or how I view things. Like before Ngatana biking, the social night, I was someone who was on the streets, like, if I can tell you a story, Leskido, biking actually changed my life and made me working.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth.
There's love in biking.
No, I didn't get my wife in biking.
Yeah.
But, biking will ground you.
Yeah.
To a point whereby your life just revolves around biking. You're no longer interested in clubbing. You're no longer
100%.
interested, like all those other things that you used to do, Chinese lala, or like you don't.
Yeah.
Your life is around biking, and the biking saves your family in a way. Because you're drinking and you're on a bike, so you can't really drink a lot and be at biking kabuma 8, 9.
Yeah.
So when the moment it gets like 5, 6, guess what you do? You ride back home. 7 o'clock, you're at home, you're watching cartoons with your kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
But do you also not agree that we love this community so much because we all know each other? You can still enjoy, a big stage sound, DJs, artists with people that you see almost on a weekly basis, as compared to you going into a different community of people and you don't know, whether you're going to piss people off, fights break out and that type of thing. So with this one, we can hold each other accountable to say, hey, this one, what I mean?
And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Even if you are at an event and none of your club members are there, it's easy for you to associate. It's easy for you to be with any other club, irrespective of where they come from. So you know those individuals.
Sure.
Okay. But I'm going to know and say I'm going to, hole number 19, go golf course. I'm going to fail.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to meet people that I don't even know. I don't play golf. My social activities revolves around biking.
Yeah.
And that's it,
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah.
Biking will change you actually to like the current.
Yeah.
It becomes a cult to you. There's nothing else that you can do. Like you're not weekend. You see, for me, a person like myself, what I do is every year when biking calendars come out, Rainbow Mzansi.
Okay.
Yeah, my calendars.
Sure. Upfront.
So she knows. This one in a year is probably sleeping out 6 or 5 weekends. Being the first one, Kuruman, Desperado. And the second one will be Sun Riders. The third one will be what's this? Swazi Rally.
Yeah.
Or Sorongwan. There's always so I always have to pick within the two. And then the fourth one will be Rebel Troops. And then the fifth one will be SAB. So you see there, I don't even ask for visa.
Sure.
Like the calendar is like no.
Sure.
It's an application that you put in 2024, 2025. Like, hey, baby, like biking will consume you.
Yeah.
And you end up doing a family, wherever I land this time, the weekends.
But do you think everyone treats it the same? Because I mean, you had to take a step back and think, deeply about the lifestyle, right? And say, okay, this is my lifestyle, but how do I incorporate family into it, right? Don't you find that other people get too consumed and they don't do what you did, to say, okay, this is time for biking and this is time for family, because there has been cases, right, where people say, I really divorce, and it's because of this thing, you know what I mean? So how do you guide, or how do you advise, or how do you know Motole is in too deep to a point where it could be detrimental to their own, future?
Look, I think we need to appreciate that biking is a lifestyle and it's a hobby. Okay. Anything that you do in excessive, it has consequences.
100%.
Be it in a workplace, if you are consumed with your work all the time and you have no time for family, it's going to be problematic.
Sure.
If you're going to be out there on your bike all the time, it's going to be problematic. It's a balancing act. Know where to go, when you want to go, and say where you are going. So bikers are mothers, are fathers, are husbands and wives, brothers and sisters. Now, you can't always be with your community of bikers without this family. There needs to be a balancing act. If you are young, you are single, it's a different, ball game altogether. But if you've got a family, prioritize where you want to go and how you want to go, and why you want to go. Some you won't go, sometimes there's family commitments during a big event. You are unable to go. it took us
Especially-
how long now to meet?
Especially when you hold a high position in biking sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there is that expectation as well that you must always be at all the events, but it is impossible. But I agree with my chair here. You need to prioritize.
Yeah.
You can't have all the weekends out in biking. You need to be responsible. You need to still be a human being.
Yeah.
You need to engage with other people. You need to see your kids. You need to see your family, your wife, your girlfriend, your mother. Everybody needs to be seen.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, ne? I'll give you a practical and typical example that happened to me. Last year, when we were hosting our festival, that same weekend, I was burying my father-in-law. Yes, the very same weekend.
Yeah.
With a parable.
Yeah.
It's like what, 490, 500 cases
Yeah.
from here to there.
Yeah.
You know, the moment the casket went down by its own, and then I had to go eat, you know. So I'm talking to my wife. She's like, Papa, you know, I know you're going to be miserable the whole night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't need you to be miserable. But of which I had already discussed with the audition.
Yeah. True.
First run.
Yeah.
We agreed to go back.
6 months prior.
The fact that herself was the one who even put herself on the rainbow line.
Yeah.
I know if you don't go there, you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
Like Tama. So now how I've managed to maintain, but and mind you, maintaining balance does not mean the other party is happy. You know,
True.
you just bring her in the system so she knows what is happening. But that's what you mean. Like for instance, for the past 6 weeks, I've been out. Past 6 weekends, I've been out.
Yeah.
You go to Guardians day job.
Yeah.
You lose a member,
Yeah.
so you spend the whole weekend at that member's town.
Yeah.
So you assist with the funeral arrangement. It's weekend, you have to go to the funeral. The next weekend it's a funeral somewhere in Limpopo. That other weekend is a wedding. Mama. This other weekend people is hosting something in you know. And then this weekend now, someone's hosting detailed riders. They are hosting. You have to go. So you sit and look and like, hey, Parahana.
Yeah.
And they're my friends, detailed riders.
Yeah, sure.
Won't you? They're my good friends.
Yeah.
But this one, I have to sit it out and go like, no, this, unfortunately, I can't. The best I will do is I'll buy 5 tickets.
Sure.
Yeah.
To show support. I mean, I might not be there physically, but to show I'm with you, I can feel it.
Yeah.
So rather get 5 tickets and then you guys can just make people win or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Like with the Top China, I was not there because Nikile wedding on my sister. So what I did was like, look, since you are giving the awards for, I was like best dressed club in 2000. I was like, look, let me sponsor the best dressed club.
Yeah.
You know, just to show
That you.
I never think it's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So does that decision now come from you, you know, as an individual, as a club leader, or as a council leader? You know, do you feel that you have more pressure
All
to
of it.
all of it? Yeah.
Because I think if I was just a member in my club, I wouldn't care.
Okay.
You know, I wouldn't. Remember now, if your club doesn't go to if you have 3 members at an event, they saw 3 members, but they didn't see you.
Yeah.
If they didn't see you as a leader,
Your club didn't
you
come.
can have 15 or 20. It doesn't. I'm telling you.
Yeah, biker feel is unfair.
I'm telling you.
And I don't think it's an element of unfairness. It's an unreasonable expectation.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, if the community were to have a riot and they say, we want Mr. Ramaphosa, the president, to come here to address us.
Yeah.
They want him. If he were to send a minister or the mayor, you're going to see more aggravation to say, no, it won't come.
No, but
we want to see.
That's a critical stage of where, you know, the community maybe needs something urgently, because this we do on a weekly basis. So realistically, you can't be there, as we've discussed,
We can't be
on a weekly basis.
And here's the thing, né? This is one thing you need to understand in biking.
Yeah.
Be it RAMBO, be it ABC. Né? If I come to event and support you, guess what I expect in return?
You in person.
Yes.
Yeah. Ne?
S for S.
It's S for S. Like we know who the matata one person things happen,
Yeah.
but I still expect you. You see, it's best even if you can just call.
Yeah.
Or my leader, unfortunately,
Yeah.
only 1, 2, and 2.
Is that one
I'm not going
acceptable?
to- Yeah, that's
It
acceptable.
is acceptable.
All right.
When
It is
you
acceptable.
the head of the club calls and say,
Yeah.
I won't make it.
Yeah.
And it's different because of
It's very different.
you hear people say, I saw your members, but I did not see
I
you."
don't see.
Yeah.
The leader is the one that everybody expects
To
direct
be the
and
face
bring
and the
everybody
voice. Yeah.
with to that any event
Sure.
for that matter. So unfortunately, it's a tough one. We can't support everyone.
Yeah.
We want to support everyone.
Yeah.
There's too many events. There's too many clubs popping up.
Yeah.
There's clashing of events,
Sure.
even on the same day.
Something that I hope we'll be able to address as we go
Yeah.
forward. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll give you a typical example. Look at, and I hope they don't take offense. You look at Trumpis when he was president of Sun Riders. People did not start their bikes and their cars and whatever mode of transport to go to Sun Riders because never hear Sun Riders.
Yes.
They were going to support that man. Because we knew the efforts that man used to make to get. I mean, this man this week will be at a High Rollas. A week before, he was at Drop Squad. A week after High Rollas, he's at Top Shine.
Yeah.
The week after next, Uko Didi, Uko Sapayo.
Yeah.
Usari Jigi Jigi, Uko Ruma.
Sure.
Yeah. There was no event that they missed.
Do you think you know I can relate to that? Ne? I'm sorry to bring it, to make it a bit personal. I always tell people for a period of about 10 years, I stayed in Cape Town for about 15 years, and when this whole biking culture started in the townships, we are the generation that pioneered it. You know what I mean? Like in the entire Western Cape, you look at the entire Western Cape, there were no bike clubs in black townships.
Yeah.
The colored guys have been doing it for years,
Quite some
Indian
time,
and so on, right? So we had to start something, in Gugulethu, we'd go, our clubhouse was Kwamzoli, actually, you know what I mean? So I remember there was a time where I would go there a consistent, 3 to 4 months, thinking to myself, if I am to meet a biker, I know I'm going to meet them here, and after the 4th month or so, 2 guys came in, and we started, growing from there. But long story short, because my home was always here and I was based that side, I would always see what is happening as far as biking activities are concerned. And back then there were not so many, right? I would ride at least 3 to 4 times a year, in and out, to a point where we started launching the guys, exactly what you're saying, the guys, there are certain clubs that took note. And when we started launching, they were like, we don't know your club members, but we know you.
Exactly.
And there was a whole, there were groups and groups of bikers riding down to Cape Town, because also there was that thing of, it's impossible to ride that distance. And they also wanted to see it for themselves, so
And there's also the opposite of that.
Yeah.
If you have a member that is unruly, that misbehave, that does not treat bikers like bikers,
sure,
you see people saying, we don't want to associate ourselves with that club.
Sure.
So it goes both ways.
Sure.
The more you are a good biker amongst bikers, the more you see more followers.
Sure.
But if you do something completely the opposite, it becomes a problem.
Now the question is, how many of such clubs do we still have, right?
The ones that do good or the ones that do not do good? Or members don't do good?
The ratio between the two, all right? So on a scale of maybe 1 to 10, my feeling, right? I'm asking a question and I'm kind of answering it, but I still need your opinion, we've been sort of like eclipsed, there are guys who still uphold the good traits of biking, who understand the biker's code, who understand that, no, man, if you wear a patch, this is what a patch actually represents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel that generation, slowly but surely, we've been losing. You know, some of the old school guys you don't see in biking anymore. And those are guys that feel strongly about exactly what you've just said. You know what I mean? Because they can't stomach, in a way, what's currently going on in biking. You know what I mean? So I would say it would be 3/10. You know, that rate of the guys. You know, 7. It's guys that are there and like, hey, where's the structure? We don't see structure. We're gonna do our own thing. You know what I mean? We're gonna have our own voice. And I always say that, you know what, a biker's code is universal.
Yeah.
Right? The patch that you wear is universal, right? And you can't decide. You can bring a bit of flavor and color into it, but we need to understand the basics, the fundamentals that are international, that you can't say, no, because I'm from South Africa or because I'm from this township, we want to change this, that, and the other. You know, because if you take the very same patch and you cross borders or you go international, there is one language universally that bikers speak. You know what I mean? So I think that's just the issue that needs to be addressed with, especially the new generation of bikers, that they need to understand that, you know what, these are the basics. The rest you can chop and change. You know what I mean? But,
and I'll give you an example. Respect is one of the critical biker codes that you can ever find.
100%.
Loyalty and trust is the same principles that goes with any relationship.
100%.
But those are key. If they are missing in any club, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, we leave our properties amongst one another.
Sure.
Be it cameras, phones, helmets, and all that.
Sure.
You don't want to think twice about going to the gents because of you are worried that your helmet is going to go. You don't want to worry that your bike is going to be stolen.
Sure.
So you are with the people that you don't know. So that is very important. Respect, loyalty,
Sure.
and trust within bike, and respect of the code of the authority.
Sure.
You know, respect the patch as well.
Sure.
When someone is wearing the patch, the colors,
Sure.
it means they've gone through a certain stage. They've gone through a certain process. They have been observed. And people are comfortable with giving that person a name within a club. It's very important. It's not just
100%.
pitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you agree that, you know, with the status quo of biking, that principle is only on paper, but it's not in practice? You know,
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what you said. It is known by many, but it's not being implemented by most people.
And then
And it's platforms like this
sure.
that needs to be documented, that needs to go out, and it's leadership that needs to say, when you are pitching a member, they really know what does pitching mean.
Yeah.
They really know what does wearing colors mean.
Sure.
You know, it's not just about, there you go.
Yeah.
Been riding with us for 6 months.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
So what I like about you is you've come through the structures. You know what I mean? So you didn't come from somewhere.
Yeah.
With a lot of money.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that too much.
Be straight. Two.
We smoke cigars together.
I think Chairman is. I know where this man is going.
No, but think about
I
it.
know where this man is going.
It's not applicable to one person. We've seen it in clubs.
But why don't you just see?
Yeah? But listen, it's not applicable to one person. It's not. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't even finish.
No, I know what you are saying and I know where you're going. Remember me and you had a conversation. I know where you're going.
Okay.
Why don't you just say what a name?
I'm going there.
Yeah, go there.
I'm going there. So,
And if you don't go, I'm gonna keep on cutting until you go there.
yeah. So
Pushing there.
All right. Let's address it. No?
Yeah.
So the positions that you two hold, the titles that you two hold, are extremely critical. Extremely. You know, for the benefit of people who want to see biking prosper, the people, because look, we invest a lot of time and money, right, into the lifestyle, right, and one of the things that I've always said, that I always say to anyone, right, is I want to look at my bike 20 years, 30 years from now, and say to myself, because of this thing, I've been able to change so many lives. You know what I mean? I don't want to look at it and say, ish, this thing has wasted my time, you know, because it can go either way. You understand? So it's very important that we put the right people in the right places, right? You want me to give names? Say you just want to get me into trouble, but
I don't want to give you trouble.
But it's fine. It's fine. There's RAMBO, there's ABC, right? And we've seen at ABC there was someone. There was someone who came in with a lot of money, and this person was just parachuted. You can give your name.
Yes,
you can give your name.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Right. This is, you know what I mean. I get.
We were not there.
but
We were not there. So we just hear history or this is how it happened. We were not there. We were not there. I was not part of ABC then.
Oh, you mean in the structure?
Yeah, so we did not know how. Those are just history for us. We just hear.
It's one of those isolated incidents. But we should not think that that's how biking is.
Sure.
We see people being given positions because of their financial influence.
Sure.
And once that financial influence goes out,
Yeah.
we know what happens to those clubs.
Yeah.
We know what happens to those structures.
Sure.
What I've seen consistency over the last couple of years within ABC and within RAMBO. There has not been that negative influence. There's always been positive as things stands right now.
Sure.
But
Can I interject?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just say something.
Yeah.
Let's leave the money part out of it.
yeah,
He was probably one of the best chairpersons of ABC.
Okay.
When he was in charge, there was a lot of traction.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
but actually, maybe I'm not comparing it to too many people,
Sure.
but I can assure you, I don't know how he got elected,
Yeah.
but when we got there,
Yeah.
I saw a good leader.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to, because sometimes it's very unjust and unfair.
Sure.
Society will want to crucify someone for having done well for himself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sure.
Because you are well off doesn't mean you're a good leader.
Sure.
You probably attained what you attained because you're smart.
Sure.
You know. So if a council is going to take those brains and
Yeah.
bring it close by so you can make the council great, I mean, that would be nice. So from my point of view, where I'm sitting,
Yeah.
how he got elected, I was not part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but when I got in
Sure.
and found him as a leader,
So if I can interject there, are you saying, because you spoke very well of the leader that was there before him, right? And I'm sorry you have to make examples, but like I said, you can draw parallels in clubs and whatnot. It's just that this just so happens to be an example, right? So the leader before him was someone well known and esteemed and right? You spoke, you know, about him just now. Are you saying he was better than him?
No, I'm not comparing. You know, I don't think you can compare.
So he's just saying that he did
Unless
things
he
right.
did things right. Because mostly I think, and you know, it's just funny, especially in biking. Eh?
Yeah.
I think you are actually a good person when broke.
Sure.
Like when you are average and you are a nice person.
Yeah.
But if you come across as only sharp, man, only, then there's an attitude towards.
Sure.
I think the men just got a rather that, you know.
Okay.
Helicopter, the chopper, and all working the Ducati Chautur and all those things.
Yeah.
But if you get to personally, not men, I'm gonna be honest, was very close to him.
Yeah.
Good leader.
Sure.
One for that.
And it's not that you're being biased.
I'm not being biased. Yes.
There are a lot of other people within the council
which I feel
that can
yes.
exactly the same thing as you. Okay.
How we got in, I think before we got in, people will always have stories of I'm because why they knew what.
Yeah, sure.
We were not part of that.
Sure.
We were just somewhere wishy-washy riding. But when we got in there, found him as a leader. My man, trust me, the highest attendance at the ABC meetings was probably when he was at the Rainbow.
All right.
ABC.
All right.
The only thing where I fault them, and I will fault even his predecessors as well,
Yeah.
Or the topic of RAMBO in ABC merging. When you talk to these old guys, man, it never gets traction.
Okay.
It's like, we're gonna talk to you, but you never see anything
coming out of it.
Because I personally raised it with the chair before this chair, and I've raised it with the chair before me. But all of them, there's always saying there's discussion, but I've never seen anything more.
Okay, if I can just come in on that one, right? That one, I would say I've got. I've witnessed it, There's a forum that we had formed of all leaders in biking, from association level to veterans in biking, so that we can have, a bit of input, and contribution from their experiences and so on, right? Maybe from that point of view, maybe that's why I would say I'm not so sure about the value, because I think that's a part where the community, especially Bikerville, right, needed a bit of a sign of sorts to say that I'm keen, I'm willing, and nothing came out of that. But that's a topic for another day, because that thing has been ongoing for many years, right? And it's a topic that you would also want to touch on, collectively.
It may not be a measure. It may not be having one answer, but it can manifest itself in a number of ways. There can be collaborations. There can be interactions and engagement that shows people that we are able to work together as two councils.
So I think I see where the problem is now.
There mustn't be an issue that there's no opportunity for merging. It will take a lot of discussions, a lot of robust and frank discussions. So we're going to have to give and take.
But let's give between me and you. All those other things that you are saying, but bottom line, we need one council.
It is.
Two councils is not working. Two councils means 80 clubs. Okay? You are in Tshwane, and you have 7 clubs in Tshwane. And then all those 7 clubs, all of them, they expect to host. And you find that in a bad month, you will have 3 clubs in Tshwane hosting in 1 month.
True.
How does that make sense? Then you'll go to Soweto. You'll find you have 4 clubs in Soweto.
Same thing.
All of them would want to host. And in a bad month, they're all hosting. So I'm saying, that's what I've always been saying. I've fought for this. Look, High Rollas is a Pretoria club. We have other Pretoria clubs. Let's merge and have Tshwane Rally. Instead of having 5 day jolls, let's have 1 ride. Call it Tshwane Rally, whatever name you want to bring to it. But let all these clubs make one rally.
Okay.
But I didn't get, buy-ins when you discuss, you get buy-ins. It doesn't have to say, let's go. But the conversation will move.
Sure.
And then it doesn't take 2 minutes.
So let me give you an example. There's practical implementation and talks. We have done this in RAMBO. Okay. I think before COVID, we realized that we've got too many events. Can clubs who reside in one area do collaborations and do 1 day job? We have done it as Platinum Expandables. We did 1 day job with transformers.
I
One
think there
batch
by
at our
university.
yes, at Sefakbakatu, Memetwinsa.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what happens behind the scenes. It's a lot of discussions
Yeah.
because of you've got two treasurers, two presidents, two sergeant at arms who must put their heads together, and everyone is used to doing things in a certain way.
Sure.
But it is doable. We pulled the numbers.
I think you did well.
We actually did well.
Yeah.
But thereafter, and then COVID came. I don't know, a lot of clubs were supposed to do it. And we were doing it as a strategy to reduce the number of events. So it can be done.
Yeah.
I would, in fact, I'm putting a challenge to ABC and RAMBO to say, are there clubs who can do it?
Yeah.
So we have seen it happening. But don't say it doesn't come with headache. It comes with a lot of headache. It comes with lots of fight. It comes with a lot of,
Leskido.
Yeah.
You know where the headache comes in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be frank.
Sure.
The problem is money.
There's the headache I'm
You
referring to.
see, the moment clubs and club leaders understand already, a day job is not your bonus. I said bonus. So who's the day job that I'm gonna make something? We as I was, I'm not trying to brag or anything. We don't make money. Whatever little we make, we're gonna squash it in the next event. Like if we host today, and then our next rally, key Sun Riders, tent, speed bray, everything. Charity is done on the day, but we don't want money in our account because charity and wish.
Absolutely.
You see, so the biggest problem is not that they don't see it's a good idea. The problem is that now if we do it together,
Yeah.
that's the question that you ask.
Yeah.
And for us, and I'm talking on behalf of EXCO of RAMBO as well.
Yeah.
There is little talks about business within RAMBO because we're trying to avoid the issue of money.
Okay. Business in terms of?
It should not be a revenue generating stream
Yeah.
for the council.
Okay.
We are there to represent the interests of our clubs, the affiliates.
Okay.
We don't want money that is going to cause this headache that he's referring to.
Okay.
And there must be traction of where that money is going and how it's going, who's being held accountable and so forth. That's what we are doing. We don't want the big bank balance. We don't want school bag. We don't want all those things.
Sure.
What goes in, it must be seen, it must be accounted for. And if you are not coming to the party, we call you to order as well, Yeah.
Okay.
But the bottom line, Tawadi day job,
Yeah.
that one needs a serious attention
headache.
because now it's not that people don't want to attend events because
Sure.
it's just too much.
Yeah.
And it came to a point whereby we can't blame anyone. Like now, I used to have regular pettiness, also
Yeah.
But now I've got to understand, you know what?
It's too much.
It's just
It
too
is
much.
too much.
It's
Yeah.
just too much.
It is too much.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, what you're saying is it's one of the tasks that you as councils
Yeah.
have to, address. You know what I mean? So probably sitting as top agenda, or it's sitting there as a priority. You know what I mean?
Council collaboration, it's key
Yeah.
on our agenda.
So what I wanted to ask was, are you pro or anti biker forums?
I'm anti.
Anti.
Yeah.
All right. And then
I am not anti.
Yeah.
I'm speaking on behalf of the council, and I will tell you why.
yeah.
Biker forums are recognized.
But I said I'm anti.
Yeah.
I am not we. I'm not speaking for the council now. I'm speaking for myself.
For yourself,
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll give you examples why I'm saying.
Yeah.
As the leader of RAMBO, I'm not averse to forums,
Sure.
and I think the entire council,
Yeah.
RAMBO, is not averse. So we have appreciated that the same forums are our members.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the same individuals who are in Alpha, who are in M109, who are in Hayabusa, who are in the Hawks and so forth.
Yeah.
They are our members.
Yeah.
There's also solo riders there who either aspire to be in clubs or who want to remain the same
Sure.
on their own.
Sure.
I've got a problem with forums when they do not adhere to the rules and regulations of biking. Because of most people, they view forums as a platform where you can do as you wish without following the rules.
Guidelines, yeah.
There is a concern. Whereas in clubs, there's formality, there's structure, there's accountability,
all of those things.
there's honor, there's respect, and all those things. But in forums, a lot of people who join forums, they come out of clubs or they started as a solo rider and they gone there, you know.
Okay.
So here's my view now. Why I'm against the forum.
Yeah.
And I'm not against forums holistically, so worry, but you know how the biking code is being lost, right? Is getting eaten away by such things as forums. Ne? For instance, I'll give you an example. I'm very goodly Alpha. I'm very goodly M109. In fact, M109 is something that is close to my heart. I mean, that's something we have built. You know? People came with an idea and we ran with it and to get it to wherever it was. Right now, I'm a leader of High Rollas. Now I'm in a group called M109R. Now, you say we must wear colors in M109R. You say to me, depending on the season, I must take off this colors and
No. That can't be.
exactly my point. That's why I'm against the when you have forums, especially when you say this is a riding group, this is a blended riding group. Your uniform is the machine that you ride.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yes. So, but in black biking, we've lost the plot so much that we don't follow biking code anymore. And because we lovely snow, you know, because I can tell you M109R with those patches and how they kill themselves, they can't get into a rally Emaho.
Not true.
They'll say no, for you to enter here, you can't wear patches because they have and I think we saw it was trending somewhere, but it was not in, it was some club.
And I think that's key because of if you look at the code, the Sankpa code that we subscribe to.
Yeah.
Forums are recognized.
Yeah.
But the minute they don't have the structure, then it's not a club. There's an MCC, there's an MC, and various different types of I would say associations or bikers riding together. We cannot exclude them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we cannot include them in certain structures of formal biking.
I get you.
You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
So, they are our community, but they are not within the formal structures. There's many options. There's many plans that they can do to formalize themselves. Okay, but if they are not there yet, then we'll always be talking about forums.
Because Leskido, my issue, you can't give away a patch like you got a lucky packet.
Absolutely, that's one I agree.
You just bought a lucky packet in a patch and then you throw it on someone, okay. You know, I think by issue and problem, key page.
Okay.
You know,
of course.
If you are to wear a colors this na page, this nine, maybe I'll entertain you. And the fact that you bark like a dog, you move like a dog, and you are not calling yourself a dog, it's a problem for me. I mean, the only reason why you are not a club is because you are saying you're not a team.
Yeah.
But me looking at you, I see a club because there is a leader there.
Yeah.
You just not call him a president, but you can see where you have a patch.
Sure.
But you're saying you're not a club, but the patch that you're back.
Yeah.
Decisions are taken by, there's a cabal that makes decisions. It's your A school. Just didn't tackle with A school. One another. So we see you are a club, and then I ask you, gents, but
where is your protocol?
why are you not making this thing a bike club?
Yeah.
No, you don't want to be in clubs have to and so what. You know, I mean,
and that is the thing. And that is the thing. Similarly with solo riders. And we have seen it on a number of occasions where solo riders need support. They don't get it. Good support.
Yeah.
You have also seen it even when the the forums want to do an event of some sort,
Yeah.
they would get support, but not so good support.
Yeah.
It's because of identification and the isolation. You cannot isolate yourself. Yes, let's pack together. We all ride RRs. I don't think I'll ride an RR, but I appreciate the RR. Okay? We all want to pack with the Boulevard. We all want to pack with the Harley Davidsons and the Adventures and so forth. That's fine. But the minute you want to get into the nitty-gritties of biking, then subscribe to the nitty-gritties of biking, the rules and regulations, and the honor I'm referring to.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with being a bike club.
Yeah.
Like, let's leave this technicalities, riding club or riding what MC. There is nothing wrong with, I mean, for instance, if Alpha saying they want to be a bike club, there's nothing wrong with it. But you see, the reason why you can't come strongly on Alpha.
Yeah.
They have no colors.
Yeah, sure.
They've never even claimed to.
Sure.
You will never see them Bandela or in a tug of war.
They've got a logo.
Yeah.
Look, they have a logo, but they don't have any.
They've got a name, though.
That's a riding group. You can tell, or this is a ride. That's all they do.
Yeah, sure.
They ride together.
Yeah.
And riding groups, but by the way, are welcomed.
Yes, they're
Are recognized.
Now, if you're a riding group, just don't jump into the space of an MCC. When we say a biggest club riding,
Yeah.
we're talking clubs. We're not talking
Yeah.
anything
I
else.
get you.
When we say
You want to honor these
Yes,
people.
those
There I would fully agree.
those games
Yeah.
are solely
Yeah.
for bike clubs. I'm saying nothing stops you from becoming a bike club.
Okay. So now I am pro technicalities. I am pro forums, right? But let me break it down. I think forums, the way that they have been put together, is similar to most new clubs. It's done the wrong way, right? A patch. Once you wear a patch, you're a club internationally. Right now, this is not me, you, or you. You know what I mean? It's a code. It's a code, right? You are recognized as. You can say what you want to say, but once you are recognized as, oh, you're wearing a patch, that comes with, oh, motonally discipline, oh, you prospected, oh, you did this, oh, you did that. Once you wear a patch, right? When it comes to forums, I see them differently, right? In a sense that I think they add an element of strengthening a brotherhood, because it takes this one from that club, this one from that club, that one from that club, and it brings them together.
There's a challenge with that.
As long as let's just assume the patch is not involved, right?
You cannot assume that the patch is not involved. It is involved.
Let's do this. If you look at, let's give an example.
Yeah.
You look at Alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha has no patch. That is a good example of a
Let me carry on.
Yeah.
I want to break it down further, right? GSB,
Yeah.
for me, that's a forum.
Yes.
That's a forum. That means it's this club and that club and that club and that club having a common vision and saying, we are going to work towards this vision
Because of their geographical area.
because of their geography. It's a forum,
Okay.
right?
Comprised of clubs from different
It can be areas
associations and councils.
as long as they come together as separate entities, as standalone entities.
Maybe let's do this.
But they are working towards a common vision, and that common vision could be a Tswane.
Yeah.
So they
have
then
done
call it a forum, right?
Yeah.
So you have, I think, another club. We have to name names if we are going to correct this thing in biking, right? So these Mufftown riders as well.
It was a forum. It's supposed to be a forum.
They would say forum, you know what I mean, but they're wearing a patch. You know what I mean? They're wearing a patch. You know what I mean? So I think that's it, that responsibility falls, with you as council leaders and everyone else that's involved. You know what I mean?
Maybe let me give you our position when it comes to forums as a council.
Yeah.
We will prioritize
Yeah.
club-related events.
Yeah.
Then we will then recognize forums events. If it happens that there's 2 events in one day,
Yeah.
we are supposed to be going to High Rollas, and Alpha is hosting something on the very same day.
Yeah.
We are going to mobilize members to go to High Rollas. Club-related events
It makes
first,
sense. Yeah.
then everything afterwards.
You see, the nice thing about this conversation, you are all coming to why I'm against the forum. Because now, yes, I get you. Forums have club members in them.
Yes.
How does a forum saying is hosting something while another club is hosting something? So what are you saying the members who belong to club must do?
And our members are very clear. We have told them,
Yeah.
and it's militant. Our members, I've even spoken about it as a leader to say, guys, I will go to a club-related event first before I can prioritize any other thing.
Yeah.
And they know it. Okay, I'm not going to go to any other to M109 event when there is a club that
Yeah.
is hosting, whether it's in MRC or in RAMBO.
Okay.
I am not.
Can I ask us again? Then, what business do you have as a forum hosting?
Yeah. Yeah.
What business do you have as a forum
I
hosting?
cannot speak for that.
No, I'm just asking. I think we're having a conversation now.
Okay.
What business do you have
let me-
hosting biking events?
Let me come in there as well, right? So now that's where the technicality comes in, right? So when you look at different biking structures,
Yes.
different biking groups,
Yeah.
right? There's your 1%er MC, Kwale Godimo, right there at the top. There's your MC, right? The two are different. And then there's MCC, of which I'm going to have a podcast episode, another
later
session.
stage,
That's next week with someone who also understands the pesh culture. That the MCC is actually only in South Africa. You don't get MCC anywhere else in the world. You know what I mean?
Because of our culture is different.
Because 100%, right? We are social riders.
Correct.
We are social riders. We're not into the hard
Gangsterism.
but that also comes with the element of confusion, right? But now I belong to a club. Here is the guidelines. I want to do this. I want to do that. That we will address, right? And then you have an RC, a riding club, you know. You've got an SC, social club, very similar, and so on. My strong feeling is, you know, riding club normally don't host biking events. So if you get together and say, you know what, we want to belong, we want to be identified in this biking community, we want to be an RC or an SC, meaning that, you know, we don't really care about, we want to attend day jobs and rallies, but we don't want to, you know, of which is something that information that we needed to have when we started our clubs. Then we wouldn't have the confusion that we have, because you have a lot of guys who maybe business is too much and they're not as passionate as we are about biking, but they want to belong. Yeah. Right. We could have easily given them an RC or an SC patch and know that, you know, that club, we don't expect, you're not supposed to host a day job. True. As a you know what I mean? Yeah. Only if you are MCC or if you're an MC or and so on, then we know that we can expect, you know, and then you know, I'll share a link, you know, underneath, you know, this episode podcast where there's all of these guidelines that I'm referring to. You know what I mean?
Very familiar with it.
So as an MCC, there's much more expected from you as a club member. Or meetings, this, that, and the other. Whereas RC is nothing. But to address the issue, for me, forums are not recognized there.
No, they're not.
If you go anywhere international, they're not recognized. So the issue of hosting, I agree with you on that one. Of what are you doing? Hosting an event, because your existence, your structure comprises of other
members,
of other club members, 100%.
And we have seen it.
But you know another problem.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was too vocal.
Yeah.
The riding groups, especially the
Forums.
the colors.
Yeah.
See, that one was very close to very close to my heart. Look, everyone that knew me ka M109.
Sure.
One more than like telling S1000, these are just recent things. But I've always, and even today when I see the guys, it's all love. I love them. But my biggest issue with them was on a principle matter.
It's the colors.
Because I even as senior riders. And I'm like, what business do you have agreeing to such nonsense? You know,
Yeah.
it didn't make sense. I'm like, wait, when this thing started, the uniform is the bike.
Yeah.
The machine you are on, hence you're calling it M109. And they came with some nonsense here. Hawks, why are Hawks? I'm like, it's a business.
It's the same.
No, it's not the same. It's a business.
Which hogs is this a club?
Yeah, honey,
Oh, the hog.
Yes.
The hog.
It's a business. Business here, what you want. The moment you buy that thing, they give you colors. Because in their heads, I've never seen someone who belongs to a club
Yeah.
who wears a hawk patches. It's only those who are not playing club. So if for ourselves we don't preserve
I agree with you.
we're in trouble. So because we might get to a point whereby we say, look, if you are not an MCC,
Yeah.
you are not going to be allowed in our events.
It's
Carry colors.
maybe that's too
Carry page.
maybe that's too drastic because of the very same person who will be coming riding. Okay.
So
and they want to come to a biking event. You will be cutting a lot of
but no, Leskido. That's the problem. That's why I said the problem more Naki Chelet. Ulibilituri, 100 rank ya bench ya gym. I'm saying to you, if we want to preserve, I'm giving you an example. That event, some white club, was it Max?
Which one? The one in the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, in the Eastern Cape, when
It was Royal Riders.
something like that. You see,
Yeah.
on a matter of principle, and now when you look at it from face value, people were saying racism. There was no racism there.
not true.
Yeah.
The issue was biking code and principle.
Yeah.
So my view on this one is I will always encourage club riding.
Okay.
And I don't want to mince my words on that one. And so I'm sharing the sentiments of our council.
Okay.
We support club riding.
Yeah.
We encourage people to be in clubs.
Yeah.
We encourage people to be within a formalized structure.
Yeah.
Okay. And even those that choose not to be regulated,
Yeah.
it's their freedom of association.
Sure.
We cannot
I agree with that. I agree with
them
that.
out. We've got aspiring bikers, individuals who don't have bikes, but who are at our events all the time. One day they would want to buy bikes, okay? But they must come into a formal structure. The forums, they must organize themselves correctly so that they can belong.
Just don't do patch. You see now, I agree with everything you are saying.
Yeah.
But the moment you wear a patch,
You're a club.
you are a club.
Yeah.
Or look, there's two ways. Just use the patch or just assume a position of a club. That's it.
Yeah.
Because already, there's a person who's giving direction.
Can I throw a spanner in the works there?
Yeah.
Right. What if this forum or club group club thing, no? Or forum, whatever we want to call it, right?
Yeah.
What if it's one of the new things that we need to, find a common ground on? What if it's one of the things that we have to adapt to in a way and set out new protocols for? What if it's one of those?
It's like I knew you were going to ask me that question personally.
Yeah,
You see, in soccer,
yeah, yeah,
we knew, man, we need to come up with Budiva and all those things. But we can change all those things, but we can never change the fact that when somebody scores,
yeah,
the ball must go back to center line.
sure,
100%. In everything,
sure,
basics can be touched.
yeah,
We can
Yeah.
change everything else, but a patch is a basic thing.
sure.
You can't change.
NK,
You can't change that.
Yeah,
or what you are saying,
You
and,
must-
to, and to use the same analogy,
yeah.
it's like you are expecting to have 3 teams in one pitch and playing at the same time.
Okay.
Look, we can change everything else, but basics are basics.
You must remember the questions I'm asking doesn't mean that some of them, like I've already said, I see forums in this light and so on, but some of the questions I'm raising them because not that I agree with them, but the viewer or the next person might want to ask that question. You know what I mean?
What we are discussing is in the public domain.
Sure,
Okay. We discuss safety
sure.
at council level.
Yeah,
Safety is on top of, I think, one of the highest priorities.
yeah,
I don't know if forums do discuss safety.
yeah,
I don't know if other groups discuss safety awareness within their structures. I don't know if they discuss the behavior and the conduct of bikers within their structures. We do.
Okay, and where do you discuss those issues? What you do
I like the question.
On what channels? Yeah.
So there's many channels. Every event as RAMBO, at every event, before we can even start, there must be a safety awareness talk.
Okay.
At every event.
Yeah.
At any opportunity that we get within our meetings, we highlight these issues. We interrogate as to how do our members happen to have accident? What happened? Why? We need to have that information before it even goes in the public domain so that we can educate our members.
Okay.
You know, it's forums like this, well, not forums like this, it's platforms like this that that we need to take that further. You know, we cannot underestimate the safety element.
Yeah.
And I push all the forums out there, all the riding groups out there, discuss it, let it be a standard item in whatever that you do.
Okay, so is there a measure? Yeah? Because you need to measure this thing in terms of impact, right? That you have this discussion, but how impactful is it, right? And away from that particular aspect or approach to dealing with the issue of road safety, what are other measures that have been put in place? Maybe.
I can share what is coming.
Okay, let's
No. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, now like I'm a realist leader. Like I'm
sure.
comfortable.
Yeah.
So I've seen these things go the event in just safety. Nobody listens. Just gonna be honest with you. Nobody listens. No sense. Especially kind of rally.
Yeah.
But there are those safety rides and safety runs.
Yeah.
Those I believe in. You see, I think those ones make more effort than having a safety talk or day journey.
Okay.
That is just my feeling. There's always this safety runs and go resta and what
like this coming weekend.
Those ones I think because when I leave my house going there, that's what could delay.
Sure. Can I throw a spanner in the works?
Yeah.
I've for the past maybe 4 years. I know you guys have only assumed the position that you've assumed as leaders of councils, right? And not only myself, Sfiso, and many other people, right, have hosted road schools at Redsta and so on. How come councils have never encouraged members, to attend these road schools, right? Because number one, those road schools are at a really, really reduced cost, right? That's without a sponsor.
Yes.
With the sponsors, Sfiso has been fortunate to be supported by Sandral, where you don't even pay a cent. It's only for the first time this coming weekend where you have to pay the 300. The ones that have hosted, you also pay only 300. Ordinarily, you would pay 1,500 plus for those road school sessions, right? My question has always been, because I don't have to, I always tell even the guys in the group, I don't have to do this, but I'm convicted, right, to host those road schools, because at the back of my mind, I'm waiting for councils to move. They can either assume that position, right, and do it themselves, or I can facilitate it and they can plug into that. You know what I mean? So
I can assure you that we have always been encouraging our members, our affiliates to do that. Even this coming weekend, I think we have issued a statement to that effect. We have told all clubs to attend to it. Our RCs are very instrumental in playing that game. Okay, and I can assure you, if they were here, they would tell you how much they are pushing it. I can tell you how much our RCs are pushing club audits to check which member has a license, has a learners, is your bike roadworthy and so forth. And we do it all the time. Okay. Even with existing clubs within councils, we do that. Even with new clubs that want to join, we do that. But I think you are asking a very good question. but it has to do with a social culture that we have in our biking community.
That needs to change.
That needs to change.
Yeah.
Okay. People associate biking event with entertainment. But with the minute you start saying
Anything
riding
that's
school,
responsible.
that is responsible,
Yeah.
that is normalized, that is formalized, where there are rules, people tend to
Yeah.
distance themselves.
Yeah.
Organize the same school
Yeah.
and have an event afterwards. You'll have a different, attitude or response
Altogether.
or reaction altogether. We need to encourage our people to go. We need to encourage our people to invest in what they wear when they ride.
Sure.
Invest in advanced courses.
Why do I feel like it's an attempt?
It's not.
Because I keep wearing this.
I'm not riding today.
Because people don't know whether you
I-
riding jacket because of heat or
It's those things that simple things that
yeah,
important in our biking fraternity
Yeah.
we ignore,
yeah,
which we need to start talking about. And all it takes,
yeah.
we need to hammer on it over and over again.
100%.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Malina?
No, I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I think we're a bit too lenient on issues of safety. And the reason being, I think we think safety is boring. We want to stop safety.
Yeah.
People will be entertained. People want,
Yeah.
But honest truth, I think how you guys are doing, when I Eric this weekend,
Yeah.
you bring an element of Shrek and Wara. But before all that, you win there for a safety job.
Yeah.
Well, understand.
100%.
So we make it a bit enticing and interesting for a ride.
Yeah.
Unlike saying Kanapa Dijol
Yeah.
in between games,
Yeah.
you say Mama must speak safety. Don't listen.
Can I share with you my hope and my vision as far as safety is concerned? Huh? So when we started, the Africa Biker Brotherhood Forum, it was started in 2013. And the objective of that forum was to address the issue of biker safety, around the country, So because it was a platform that comprised of so many different, riders of, different ethnicity, geographical location, this thing and the other, we were not sure whether we can work together, and execute this thing, right? So this is, I think I've interviewed the guys in the Western Cape with regards to the, on the podcast. But when it comes to addressing the issue of safety, I've always hoped for, between now and maybe first quarter of next year, to have as many councils as possible and have them pledge to say that we want to take this matter seriously. You know what I mean? Are you willing to collaborate, on that level with other councils, right? To say, let's pick a month, in a year.
Yeah.
Right. You will still carry on with other, elements, of raising,
Awareness.
Yeah, safety awareness. But there needs to be one where councils come together, similar to Ubuntu Run. Come together. There's Motorcycle Awareness Month, right? Of which, for a good couple of years, I've watched it just come and go, and said, you know what? When are we ready to address biking related issues?
Which we did on. I
You
think it was 2 months ago.
Yeah. The safety.
The International Motorcycling Day.
There is Motorcycle Awareness Month, which is a whole month.
Like it is the transport month now.
You know what I mean? But that's in April, May, I think.
Yeah.
That's in April and May, because what you could do is, each and every weekend, tackle it differently. Let's say maybe first weekend, it's the delivery guys, the delivery bike guys, because they slowly but surely becoming a problem. They're still on two wheels and motorists see us the same, So there needs to be some awareness that's raised, in that community about their riding style and so on. The next week, it could be maybe bikers are going to a racetrack for a road school, right? And then the third week, it could be a thing of what we used to do in the Western Cape. We used to have placards, right, written all over them. So depending on where your club is based, if you are in the East End, if you go Katlehong, go Kai, as a club, you would pick then the busiest intersection nearest to your club based, and then you would have these things to raise awareness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So third week could be that, fourth week could be something else, but you get where I'm going. So it's something to think about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something to think about, because I am going to have other biker council leaders, on this platform, and hear what they are doing as far as biker safety is concerned, because we've seen in the past few months what has happened, right? We've lost a whole lot of, and it's painful to know that, you know what, this thing, it's almost like, we're just keeping our fingers crossed for, not another one, but there's nothing practical, or there's nothing that's being implemented to reduce the number of fatalities. You know what I mean?
True.
So,
And
and
that is quite sad to lose. You are with someone this minute, tomorrow they're not. They're no more. I ask a lot of people to say, what was the condition of the rider before they left?
Yeah.
And you hear many stories, you hear many incidents. But what do we do thereafter?
Yeah.
Do we talk about this? Do we debrief?
Yeah.
Do we communicate of what happened and this is what we can do? Let's learn from this. I think that is quite important.
Yeah.
For us to have the latest information around bike accidents. Yes, it's not only about the conditions of our roads, but it's also about a number of things that leads to these accidents.
Yeah.
Okay, the skill, knowledge of your bike.
Yeah.
I don't think people, like I've said, people don't invest enough in knowing their bikes.
100%.
Okay? They don't go to learn about their bikes. Chair said he bought one of the fastest bikes.
An M1000 RR.
No, the Boulevard at that time, and he had not been on a bike. Okay.
Yeah.
We see a lot of people when they've got money or when they can afford, they do that.
They're buying even faster bikes.
Personally, I went to a riding school. I was taught how to ride by Speed Queen. I had to go for the lessons, but until I'm comfortable, then I'm like, okay, let me go now for proper.
Yeah.
People should do that. These machines they kill, we love them, but we know what they can do.
Yeah. Your input, my leader, you're still good. Okay, so I think the objective and purpose of this particular episode was to delve in a bit deeper and look at what's happening under the banner of both ABC and RAMBO. Looking at your predecessors, what is it that you feel they could have done better, and what are your objectives? What are your plans for the year? What issues are you going to address? What's the top agenda for both councils?
You want to start first? What should I?
You can start.
So for RAMBO, it's a continuation. We need to sustain the traction that we've had. Okay. Despite all the challenges that we have within the council, within the clubs, we need to unite clubs more. We need to create cohesiveness within the clubs. We need to encourage safety, which is something that is on top. We need to see more collaborations, and we need to really deal with the issues of clashing of bike events, especially within ABC and RAMBO. And I think there is two events that are clashing, which I think we need to give and take and agree on how we do this. It's Woodrats and Woodrats has moved. It's now Tigers and Top Shire.
Top Shire.
Okay? Yeah. So before it was Woodrats and Top Shire.
Yeah.
You will see bikers going to Soweto. If you live in Pretoria, you go to Soweto in the morning, then you finish at vice versa. Now has now stretched.
Yeah.
It's Tigers and Top Shire.
But you as chair, when Woodred leaves that date,
Yeah.
thinking I never go clash, and then you have another club, you cancel paying for that.
So sometimes you need to accept the oversight. Okay, and I'll tell you why. It goes back to your issue of having events organized either by individuals or forums.
No, I hear
You
that.
also avoid that.
I hear that.
I'm
This one I'm just putting it here on the table to like I'm saying. Woodred,
my leader, it was an oversight.
oversight how?
It's an oversight.
How?
Because of it happened when our view was that there's not gonna be any clash. And we've got all this.
No, Woodred left the date for
Yeah.
a reason.
No, they didn't leave the date.
What happened?
They kept it that date. It's Tigers and Top Shaila who moved their dates. Had Woodreds not moved their dates, like now, had not Top Shaila moved their dates.
Shall move the date?
No, they did.
No, they still host the same day.
It's on the 21st and the 22nd.
Yeah.
This is the date that Top Shaila and Woodreds used to host.
Yeah.
Woodreds remained there. Top Shaila moved it to the end of the month where Tigers is.
Yeah, it was normally a heritage day.
Correct.
So Tigers was always at that.
At that day. Okay. So that hence I'm saying it was an oversight, But it's something that we need to agree on.
Yeah.
And
I think we're also clashing with a club.
Yes.
Club in somewhere in is it Free State or Lesotho or something.
I think no. It's,
Tell you now.
I can't remember.
I know Twaka was playing the what's that? 3 Chiefs, something like that.
In Mafike.
It's not by game.
Not,
No, it's somewhere. Come on, the
3 Chiefs is in Botswana.
In Botswana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of those.
And I think there's 3 events on your day. And the reason why people are adamant about certain dates
Yeah.
is because of it's closer either to the end of the month or
Yeah.
before the end of the month or the 15th and so forth. People want to play around
Yeah.
when they believe there is money, to be paid.
Yeah.
So
No, now we moved our date because of the rain. The rain was killing us. Yeah.
and these are the dynamics in biking.
No, it can be
Why?
4 years in succession. So, hey, like,
But Rebel Troops is strong. They don't move their dates. It was like from
no. But different story. And it is a different story with that one.
Yeah,
People
not
are-
just team.
people are there all day,
Not just team.
But
Yeah.
with us,
Yeah.
we'll pull too much muscle and resources into making that a great event.
Then it was.
And it starts raining for
So
So I'm saying, so those are our priorities as the council,
yeah.
and we want to collaborate more with APC.
Yeah.
We want to get.
Do you feel the same way?
He knows.
We have spoken about it.
Even before him, with Kamsa,
Yes, comes there.
he knows.
Yeah, look.
I've always been saying what Kamsa.
Yeah.
Now I don't understand this
Division.
of
You've inherited the
Yes.
plan.
And I even said to him, you know what? One day,
Yeah.
what's going to change and up? There's going to be a new blood who doesn't share the history of your views. You will see this measure is going to be smooth.
Yeah. So I remember there was a collaboration. Yeah. The floods that happened in KZN.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago, ne?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was your event thereafter. I was really hoping to see more of that because that was a step in the right direction.
The recent RAMBO prayer day that we had,
Yeah.
we have seen it
Yeah.
that clubs can combine and be in one area
Yeah.
without any issue.
Okay. So I think that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
Number one. Like running parallel structures, it like you said, it doesn't make sense. There will always be, day jolts and what overlapping and so on, right? So I think once we get to a point where maybe there is that understanding and that doing things in unity,
Yeah.
or organizing things in unity, we'll start moving forward.
Yeah.
But the question that always boggles a lot of bikers, especially those who don't belong to clubs and councils, is what do we have to gain? And I need you to think this very deeply and thoroughly, right? What's the point of joining a council? what would you tell that specific biker? You know what I mean? You might look at the past, you might look at the present and future. You know what I mean? There are a whole lot of things now personally that I can think of that can be added.
Yeah.
You know, that would add value. You know, to biking. But maybe from your personal point of views, you know, as incoming, you know, chairman of biking councils, what are those things? Because I think people want to belong. You know, deep down, I think people want to belong.
Yes.
Right. To something, to structures that have order, direction, and they want to know this is what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
This is what I'm building. That's what people want.
You are answering. You're already starting to answer it. It's order. It's a responsible order.
Yeah.
And people shouldn't see order as
Yeah.
being ruthless or order as being autocratic.
Yeah.
But where people come together and decide to do the same thing, let there be order.
Yeah.
It's organized order. It's the rule of our social entertainment fraternity.
Yeah.
They are coming to an environment where there is structure,
Yeah.
where there is guidance, where there is support.
Yeah.
Support. We have seen what happens when our members unfortunately pass away.
Sure.
We've seen what happens when individuals or solo riders who pass away. The support is not so much. Okay. And if you belong
Yeah.
to a certain community, you will get that support.
Yeah.
Not only from a financial benefit, but also from emotional
Support.
you know?
Yeah.
And I would want to see one day, and he's talking about important things. This collaboration, I'm asking myself, what stops councils from contributing for one another when there is an unfortunate circumstance of a member who passes away? We do it as RAMBO, but what stops us from saying we are going to contribute to
ABC.
ABC, this particular club, and then they do the same?
Yeah.
You know, it increases the support that we give to a family because of we've got friends across ABC and so forth. So those are some of the things that you get when you are within the councils.
Okay. So there's the support element. All right. So and a lot of bikers would maybe feel horror, you know, look, I've got policies in place, I've got this, that, and the other, you know. Most of the time, sometimes they don't, but they'll say, no, I've got this, that, and that. So
And here we've seen, so we've buried a lot of bikers where we had
100%. Is there anything beyond that, you know? Because I mean, you have people that are in the, you know, whether it's a burial business or insurance or this, that, and the other. Ne? that councils could actually take a deep look. That could
it's in our agenda.
you know what I mean, and say, no, we are going to partner with this, just so that every week,
It's in our agenda.
200, 1,000, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? You could alleviate. You know what I mean?
It's in our agenda.
Okay.
But it's at a very early stage, and unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to disclose the name
All right.
or partnership as RAMBO with that
Particular institution.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's looking
It's definitely there.
promising.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, look, I think people are looking for much more deeper and meaningful reasons to join, right? There was you know, a statement that came out, and which is 100% right, that, you know what, there needs to be structure, there needs to be accountability, this, that, and the other. Should you be able to do that? Should you be able to achieve that? You know, we've already, you know, discussed how the ratio is imbalanced. Those who want order are minimal. You know, the number is too low. Those who just I want to ride my bike, don't tell me do this, that, and you know what I mean? So once you get to that point where you say order, we know if you're not wearing a patch, if you're not compliant, this, that, and the other, you're not coming in. What if these guys decide, are we going to do our own thing? You know, and they end up having these big events, and you know what I mean? What if that happens?
It's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
But I can assure you that the biking fraternity that is structured, that has order, is more unified. It has
100%.
It has more support.
Okay.
The big events that we are seeing, they are out of structure. They are out of well organized clubs, you know.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of mushrooming events happening.
Yeah.
They come and go.
Yeah.
But majority of clubs within NDC, within RAMBO,
Yeah.
most of those clubs, they have celebrated 10 years, 5 years,
Yeah.
12 years.
Yeah.
So it shows the longevity there.
Yeah.
You know, and when we want those that are celebrating their 2 years, their 3 years to continue,
Yeah.
there is order there.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
All right.
Clubs have
Eddie. Yeah.
fallen apart because of money. But if a club goes and do 10 years and do 12 years,
But you know, let me interject.
yeah.
Money is not the biggest reasons why clubs are falling apart.
Yeah.
Power among us.
Correct.
You see, when you see individuals thinking that they own clubs,
It's a problem.
I've seen, I can tell you now, on all the breakaways and all the clubs that died, all of them,
They want
not one or two, all of them, they issue power among us.
Yep.
I'll give you an example. How many clubs can you call now? Ne?
Yeah.
And see 4 or 5 or 3 of their presidents in a picture together at the same bike event.
Yeah.
It's a few. It's a few.
That should tell you something.
It's a few.
How many former presidents can you still see now at bike events?
In the same clubs.
The same club.
So as soon as people lose that
Lose their-
position,
yeah.
they are out of biking. Yeah. No, that one is evident. Yeah, sure.
Whose position they're
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You'll see a statement, a long statement on Facebook, you know, biking is dangerous. Hey,
Hiking is not the
it's
same.
not the same. You know?
Yeah, sure.
When you start hearing biking is not the same, you must know
Yeah.
something to do there.
And then what do you think should be, you know, the time frame that a leader should serve, you know, in EXCO, from a council and club level? You know, I'll give you my mind to it. You know, I think 2 terms is max.
Yes.
You know, because 3 terms, if you give it your all, you know what I mean? Because based on the same issue, leaders who do that are the ones who want to stay the longest of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In this game, you burn out very quickly.
Yeah.
You burn out. You will come in and become so impactful.
Yeah.
So impactful. But after the 3rd year, then you can start seeing, you know, a person starts dragging their feet and so on. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've got that endurance. You can do 2 terms. You know what I mean? So that is one of the issues. You know, someone might point a finger at me, but hey, we're not since inception. You know, I've been, you know, president of my club for the longest time since we started in 2009.
Yeah.
You know, as a club. And I think I only came off the seat, 2016 odd, you know. But, you know, before that, I had been saying to guys, I am tired.
So
Next in line, you know, next thing, to a point, let me just, sorry to cut you off. To a point where at one of our biking events, I think it was 2015, you know, I'm like, you know, my club, they're not hearing me, you know, and I took to stage and announced my retirement in front of everyone just to put it out there, you know.
Yeah.
And then thereafter, when we came back, they like said, no, hey, but that move that you pulled it's not constitutional. You know, it's not so on. Yeah, we hear what you're saying. Please, you know, because there's no succession plan and that type of thing. You know what I mean? You know, but that's how desperate I was.
I can tell you something else,
Yeah.
You know, when I assumed, you know, 9 High Rollas, I started as a TG.
Yeah.
TG, I became VP. From VP, I became president.
Yeah.
From ABC, I started as TG. From TG, I became chairperson.
Yeah.
I can tell you now.
Yeah, actually. It's
Because
heavy.
I read myself. I did better at ABC as a TG than I am now as a as a chairperson.
Yeah.
Because me and the former chairperson were very close. We discuss.
The leader of note, that one.
We discuss
Oopsie.
like that man, now he built me. If I didn't know better, I would say, oopsie, paved the way for me to become chairperson.
Yeah.
You know, I would say that man and everybody had to listen to him.
Yeah.
Because he grew me in terms of leadership.
100%.
Yeah, I can say.
Yeah.
But I had more paraffin then as TG
Yeah.
than now.
School
Like,
bag.
no,
What about school bag?
yeah,
Yeah.
important. Then I look at myself who High Rollas as well.
Yeah.
I had more
Yeah.
when I was VP.
Yeah.
Because now then I'm just looking there like I have it. And look at the memory who's pushing the comments. Because I mean, I
don't think people realize, what these titles require, and that's part of the reason why where we are as far as biking is concerned, because they cannot walk in those shoes. If you really had to fulfill the requirements of these titles,
But not only that, NK.
Yeah,
It's then people shouldn't question how long should you be there.
yeah,
Because of if you indeed you are a true leader. Let's take him as an example.
yeah,
He was a DG,
yeah,
was a VP.
yeah,
He has been in almost every structure.
yeah,
And this is within a number of years. So he has built
yeah,
a leadership capability.
yeah,
We don't have too many people who've got a leadership capability.
yeah, sure.
And we should not put people in positions for the sake of let's change.
Yeah,
Because if we lose something there. Okay? Everybody, trust me, everybody have wanted to say, I don't want to. Okay? And then you say, guys, I'm not standing in. And they say, you are not going to do that.
I beg to differ a bit.
Of course.
Just a bit. You are right, I hear you.
yeah,
But here are characteristics of a good leader. A good leader will always have an offspring. You see, you go into a club and you look for okay.
succession plan.
Yeah, this one I can move with. So if you're in a position whereby when you look around, there's no one that can take that position, the fault is with you.
So what happens in the case of your club has been running for 5-10 years, and then there's you as president, and then there's a VP and the whole exco, right? And then I come in, with very good leadership position. I prospect, and then as soon as I get, I attain my full membership and get my full colors, I start attending meetings, and then I add value left, right, and center.
You are truly
like you. Most members from Mexico can see it, but VP has been saying, okay, I'm next in line. How do you treat that situation? Say, let's say a prospect for 6 months. 7th month, there is elections. 7th month, I start attending meetings. And then within a space of the year, there's elections. But within that other 6 months, the remainder of the year, I've already shown my proper leadership skills. But I just came in yesterday.
It's proper.
So usually, is it not going to cause commotion in the club?
No. You see, with us, we are protected by our constitution. There are some positions you can't attain when you're just 2 years in the club.
Okay.
Like you can't be teacher.
Okay.
You can't be president.
Okay.
You can't be SG.
And you know why?
You
know why? Sustainability of the club.
Yes.
Some positions we.
So you have to wait.
You have to. Like we have to prove one or now.
Sure.
Now we don't know because we're an accountant, we give you
a big position.
Yeah, we teach you because we're accountants. Let's do 6 months down the line.
There's no money in the club account. Yeah.
Leadership in biking, it's very unique.
Yeah.
And leadership in biking is very stressful.
Yeah.
Because of we also want to have fun.
Sure.
In biking.
Yeah.
We also want to distress in biking.
Yeah.
But there are certain things because of your position, you find yourself taking a step back. And that's where most leaders say, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And because of this, too many things coming. If you are a leader, accept that you are going to be insulted.
Yeah.
you are going to be criticized.
Not me,
You
you
know,
know, change.
You just told us that
We
you
decided to
will
get me
be
to change.
criticized.
Oh my God.
So I always say that the true if you want to understand how a club functions, it's like an SMME. You know what I mean? Because there is you as the leader of the club. There needs to be a treasurer, someone in finance. There needs to be a PRO. There needs to be labor relations to deal with conflict and whatnot. So you have to understand all of those dynamics to properly run a club. It's the
Everything.
because especially if you're a leader, you have to. It's like you're running your own, small business. You know what I
Through
mean?
everybody else.
100%. You have to check with your finance person. You have to check with your PRO. Is this done?
Yeah.
So you can't expect it to be a walk in the park. People they just want to carry that title or no president and whatnot, but they don't understand.
Can I tell you a funny story? When I just got into biking, I became a TG of High Rollas, right?
Yeah.
We were rebuilding then. But I saw how people were fighting for president and everything,
Yeah.
But I didn't know better. You know what I thought?
Yeah.
I thought people were getting paid to be president. That is the only thing that made sense to me, why people were fighting for because it didn't make sense. And then I got into ABC. What happened? I forgot what happened. It was like, I need one member to come to go ABC and be in the council. Yeah, in the council.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna raise my hand. It's not very sharp.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing what they are these people are not being paid. Then I asked myself, can't believe that.
Yeah. No,
It's power. Goes to what you said earlier on. It's power. And power, it's the most dangerous thing that you can ever give anyone who doesn't know how to use it.
Okay, maybe I didn't now we see things differently. I, for one, I run my own company.
Yeah.
To the North of Spanner. So the only power that matters for me is that one. Yes, because that one is
personal
and anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, which power? Like, okay, sure. In that chairperson at ABC.
It's social power.
In which way? I don't see it.
Okay.
It's social power.
So what I picked up was, especially with leaders of yesteryear, right? For me, it's a low self-esteem thing. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because here you are, you come into biking, you carry this title, it shows president, biking is still new to a lot of people. So once it says, you carry a title that says, people take you seriously. But I think they knew that, carrying that title, especially for a well-organized club, you get to rub shoulders with your politicians, with corporate and so on. You become that point of reference, So I think people just wanted to get proximity to that's what I picked up. You know what I mean? Another thing, biking, politics and that type of thing, biking, old school biking, you never mix with politics. But yesterday we saw how people, you know what I mean? Because it's supposed to be a space where politics aside, race aside, gender aside, this, that, and the other, but topic for another day.
It was just when I because I asked, okay, power.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
So when I'm chairperson, I still see you the same as when you're still president of Platinum. Like you say, like it's not different for me.
Yeah.
People thrive in different ways.
Yeah.
And people want to be recognized in different ways.
Yeah.
If somebody is not recognized in a different forum,
Yeah.
and they are president within the club or they are chairman of a council,
Yeah.
that's where they're gonna get their recognition from.
Yeah.
From whom?
From the people that are following them.
You see, I've seen where the problem starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you come into biking,
Yeah.
only a rapper,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the moment you start riding,
Yeah.
now all of a sudden you're Lopez. That's where the problem is going to start.
Would you have a riding name?
Yes, because no, because your identity has just been developed inside biking. I came with the name Lopez from high school, wherever I came
Yeah,
from. I
yeah.
didn't come into biking and then get a.
But you know where riding names come from. You know, if we had to do things by the book, ne? So
It would be given.
So
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know, now we're talking about
sure,
what
sure.
we are currently in. When your identity
sure.
gets created inside biking,
Yeah.
that's where the problem starts.
The issue is
But if you come on the identity from wherever you come from,
Hence, we wanted this long-term, appreciation and the recognition and within that same community. But the minute you step out of it, you don't feel that power.
Yeah.
So that's why when you are in, some people when they're in here, that's where they want to control.
go find another problem.
Yeah.
So
It's a biking problem.
So gentlemen, there's a whole lot of questions that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Right.
You're chasing it.
To go, the time is killing us. But I think we have to do justice to the guys that want to ask, their own questions, right?
Yeah.
So I shared a post on my social media page to say that, we'll be hosting, Bikers of Africa will be hosting RAMBO and ABC Chairmen. Is there any questions you'd like to ask? So I'm going to read out those questions, and then if we can, just in closing, try and answer some of those questions, and because this is what people want to know, you know what I mean? So the first one is from, let me just click here and say all comments, and so that it doesn't. So the first one is from Lembozi. Lembozi is, if you don't know him, is a member, Diamond Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Lembozi.
Lemboza, but he's changed his name, So he says, statement, not a question. Next year, we would love to have a national bikers awareness, just like we had. The Ubuntu Run. With Ubuntu Run, we have, so basically he's saying we've got traffic police, various governmental agencies that can assist in that regard. All right.
Yeah.
Can end up motorists look out for bikers looking, okay. So basically he's saying,
I think we've addressed that one.
We've addressed that one, so we're gonna move, right? And then there's Fiso, right? Fiso Temba. Can they please make biking skills a proud thing to have, and not just encourage bikers, but make it a part of the lifestyle, and the leaders then too must lead by examples, by making bike skills a thing. So basically what Fiso is saying,
I think we've touched on that.
You need to advocate it, but most importantly, he wants to see you lead.
I'm challenging him
to
take me to those classes.
Fiso is the same one who has organized.
Yes, right. But now I'm saying I'm challenging personally.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is Freddy van der Goms. He says, as leaders of clubs, how do you generate income and sponsorship, any engagement with manufacturers? So that's a question. Like, how do you, basically, I think what he's asking is,
how do we get sponsorship? How do we get money for clubs?
100%. Yeah. So if you can answer that.
Because we are NGOs, we and NPOs, we rely more on the support of donations and these entry fees. That's what we rely on, the support from bikers. And any other donation that comes, or support that comes from local government, provincial, national government, that's how we generate, the merchandise that is being sold.
Sure. That adds as well.
That adds as well.
Okay.
For us, we for my club, we rely mostly on bikers. Bikers who own companies and whatever.
Sure. Your own club members.
No. Like
even
outside.
Okay.
I'll put it out there, and I'm not going to shy away from it.
Yeah.
In fact, right now, my run, our biggest sponsors come from SAP.
Okay. Okay.
Serious sponsorship, not play.
Sure.
And we don't go corporate. We try going corporate, but sometimes I feel like they insulting us.
There's a misunderstanding about what we do.
When I say corporate, I'm talking corporate in terms of manufacturers.
Sure.
Like I'll look at my club. We probably have about 7, 8 BMWs.
Yeah.
If not 9 BMWs.
Yeah.
But if I come to BMW with Kenyaga sponsorship, I'm going to get a blanket and a water bottle
sure.
and a bag, maybe you reflect on this, you know.
Yeah.
But there are reasons. Maybe
Sure.
you know, but maybe that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But one day I think we'll just have to.
It's a good question.
So just to touch on that, I mean, I've spoken to, I'm a bit more exposed to that side, you know, of biking, and to a very big extent, I do agree, because I've, you know, punted and said,
I see.
Kiyo Lopez of it's reka M1000 RR, Kiyo Khiso of it's reka Muto, you know, Kiyo OG, you know what I mean? It's not like we,
M1000 is what. Don't put me in the same bracket.
You're on your own.
I don't take their shine away.
Yeah.
no, but you get what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
you know. But it's like I said, there is a few challenges that I'm, you know, facing myself, in on the media side, you know. But yeah, we'll talk about that.
But one day we're gonna have to hold them ransom, man. But it's a topic for another day. It's fine.
Sure.
Listen.
Yeah. So here's an interesting one. Last Smith, why are they awarding criminals? You know, and then in brackets, riding without a learner's or license, long distance awards. So basically, he's saying, you know, prize giving at some of the, you know,
Why? No,
so he's basically saying because for a long distance you would want to check sleep.
we check slips and we check license and we check the disc.
You do.
No.
Okay.
We don't do that.
We do.
Okay.
No.
So he's talking to you.
No, you don't.
No, we do.
No, you don't.
Absolutely
No,
we do.
Leskido, you don't have officiated
They
in games, RAMBO and ABC. I can tell you what we look for is receipts. I'm not saying what he's saying is not valid.
Yeah.
What he's saying is valid, but we hardly check for a disc.
We check.
Leskido, let's be honest.
We check.
Which one? Which event?
Almost all. It may not have been consistent, but we should be checking.
Yeah, we should. We do check. I'm saying what he's saying.
Yeah.
The question that they
Should be checking.
we should be like, I've never done it that way,
Yeah.
but only the point.
Yeah.
It's a good point that you're raising.
Yeah.
So we must not shy away and act as if like we do.
Yeah.
It goes back to what I said earlier on about audits.
Yeah.
It speaks to that point.
Yeah, but
remember, you can have a solo rider. You can have a solo rider all wherever, you know, and then comes to claim.
But if you have a learners, you are a legal rider.
No, but you're missing the point. You do audits. Audit clubs.
Events, we
Yeah, but your own clubs, like you can't just see someone who are on an auditor who never license. You can't do that. Like
No, team, we do it. We do it.
If you ever seen that event,
If you have not seen it happen, then it's a
if you haven't seen that event,
then it's a one.
but no stop and but you don't want a license. That has never happened.
At the games.
I've never seen it happen, but okay. Anyways, the point there is very valid.
It's not any other random biker.
Hey.
I'm saying when we have to check
Yeah.
if you qualify to be a winner, you should have a learners,
Yeah.
you should have a license, and your bike should be roadworthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we do announce that.
That was never it's never been announced. I've never heard it. This has never been announced. But the question there is very valid. I've never read it that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's something to be addressed.
Yeah.
It's something to be addressed. All right. The next one is, so it's an array of questions. Yeah. 1 to 4. I'm going to go through all of them. Why do we allow non-riders to serve as executive members in these councils, right? Do these councils even have constitutions, right? Rhetorical, yeah. And then number 2, benefits of being in a club affiliated with these councils. We
touched on it.
you know what I mean? Yeah. Do these clubs regulate name patching? Right. Okay, Leskido and 2020, and then firearm handling at rallies, stage horse, and what's their take, right? So, yeah, the one Yadi names, it's also another issue I wanted to touch on, because there was a website called motorcyclists.co.za, where if you want to start a club, you upload your patch.
Yeah.
And
Gets scanned.
and the name, and it stays there for 3 months. You know what I mean? It will stay there for 3 months if there's no objection. So it's your responsibility as clubs to go and visit that page. I think it's changed, but I'll check, and then it's also one of the links that I will put underneath this post. So it avoids clash of names and clash of patches. So I don't think, if I have to answer on your behalf, I don't think it's a council issue, because one of the questions I wanted to ask, but also for another day, is what are you doing as chairman of councils as far as reaching out to other councils outside of the province or outside of your jurisdictions to build relationships and also get to, exchange knowledge and so on. Wabo? So I think the question that remains is that the firearm events, especially at funerals. We've seen that at funerals.
Okay, you see, at funerals, I've always protected the council. I'll give you the last funeral was Joe's in Gilligan. And people wanted to blame bikers. I was like, look, you must always remember, before someone can become a biker, there's something else. And you really can't expect us as bikers to control what they were before they became bikers. Just really comrades.
Not only before. You may be a biker now, but you may belong to
another group. Okay, but that one, for example, typical example, Kaya
Jaws,
right? And then now, recently, we had a funeral for our member, but there were groups. They said he belonged to a group where 82 years. What. There were even voice notes going around saying they want to go shoot at the funeral. I went and called the cops and told them, Ray, there's this thing that is, please,
looming.
100%.
At the funeral. So as councils, we do try to discourage all those things.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you need to understand that people are bikers.
Sure.
So if they are licensed to carry a firearm,
sure,
you can't really say he must put it in the car.
Sure.
So it will always have it on him.
So we are saying, if you have a firearm, a licensed firearm, and you see the need to carry it to a bike event, follow the rules of carrying a firearm.
Sure.
Conceal it, it must not be visible. Keep it in a safe place. And we are saying to clubs that host, you conduct your job. You've got police that are supposed to be coming and patrolling the event.
Okay.
If you see any firearm that is not concealed or that is visible, then inform the police so that they can do what needs to happen. And we have done it on a number of occasions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is, why is there such a gap between Bodaki and Bongamla in the biking world, and what are they doing to bridge the divide?
It's not like the cut. We don't follow the rules. As Bodaki, we don't take biking seriously. Like we're an insult. If you smash, but I'm being honest. There used to be a pub here, more little falls. What was that thing called? I forgot was it Crowbar or something like that? That's where this other guys, what do we call them? It's big club. They used to use that place as a clubhouse. So I was chill with them and
Crusaders,
not Crusaders. No, Crusaders. Crusaders. I will chill with them. No way you come on, I would say I don't know biking in that more because it's a different language that people are talking. So I think the reason why you don't really
connect
is because of like phone. Like what this thing
it's a challenge. And it goes a long way.
All right.
Feedback.
All right. I wanted to add, but sharply looking now. Safety is still not a priority in biking. What are they doing to promote safety and encourage bikers to take riding courses and also strive to bring those courses closer to the people? So I think the emphasis here is to bring it closer. They know this thing is needed, but it's almost like a counselor responsibility to bring this thing closer.
Bring it closer, it requires the resources as well. As in your Red Star, your Swag Pops, your Kyalamis and all that. That's how we can bring it closer. But safety talks, it's even closer.
That was Lerato Mabu, and then Mati Lesejo. Will we ever witness strategies put in place to limit or regulate the schedule of events? We've touched on that.
Touched on it a lot.
Okay, and then Tande Kadomogazi.
Even I'm saying even the public out there is complaining about this clashing
Weekend
of events.
Yeah.
I think the two things that stand out is safety and the clash of events. Those two things, right? How do they hope to enforce safety standards? Once again,
Yeah.
safety themselves can't put together a great Mzansi rally. Can they put a thought on the great Mzansi rally? I think like the great Zimbabwe rally. Okay, shut up. Why? Okay, this is the fruit, ne? Yeah. Why opt for celebrities as part of entertainment instead of stitching?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Celebrities
Yeah.
will attract even non-bikers
Yeah.
to come to my event.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they will attract even those bikers who are like, I'm not really feeling like, but I want to go see so and so
Sure.
before.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
So it's a
catch-22.
yeah, it's a, you know, it's not that we don't want to hire
Local DJs.
local DJs or biker DJs.
Yeah.
My issue with biker DJs is one.
Yeah.
High Rollas hosting. Ne? You say you are coming to the event to support them. Fine. Or I take it to what event. But I dare say 1,000. You say you want 5,000 and you want free drinks and you want a free ticket. If I don't book you, you don't come to my event.
Yeah.
So I'm asking myself, so you're a biker DJ,
Sure.
but if you're not booked,
Yeah.
you're not coming to my event.
Uh-huh.
What are you saying?
It doesn't only go for DJs, it goes for any other
Service provider.
providers who are
100%.
within biking.
100%.
And I think it's something that we need to. But he's talking
100%.
100%. You know, yeah.
So my principle is, there are clubs that would reach out and say, "Hey, we need coverage for A, B, C, and D." Right, and then I do that, you know. But should I go there on my own, of which I've done, especially in recent times, if I'm paying, I don't touch a camera. I want to enjoy like every
Thank
because
you, yes.
I haven't enjoyed myself in biking.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Because most of the time you are running around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas people are relaxed, they chill, and then you do. So that's what
makes
I do.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Hence I'm saying, you see, for me,
Yeah.
if I book you this year
Yeah.
and I don't book you next year,
Yeah.
yet you still don't show up,
Yeah.
you can't come to me and say you're a bikerville DJ.
Yeah.
You're not because a bikerville DJ
Yeah.
is coming to an event regardless whether it's booked or not.
Yeah.
The question is,
Yeah.
is it going on stage or not?
Yeah.
But to the event,
Yeah.
and there are some who never post your run.
Yeah, sure.
If they're not booked,
Yeah. They don't share.
they don't share.
So that's an issue to be addressed going forward. Because we need to iron out these.
But remember, guys,
to-
also these people, they some of them is their business.
Yeah.
And if they want to bring business into Bikerville, we have to treat them as such.
Sure.
But let it be beneficial to the bikers as well.
100%.
Yeah.
So the next question is from Pindi Le Shauke. Why are they not aggressively promoting track day attendance? Yeah, it's another safety.
I think
it's coming on strong, that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's coming on very strong. And then Jonathan Mabote, my fellow bikers, I think it will be fair that whilst we put questions and queries forward, let's also provide, if we have, some suggestions. Yeah, okay.
We
So
appreciate that.
that's more of a comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ndofaya, why have we turned day jolts and rallies into festivals, right? Do we really know the meaning of having a biker's day jolt? It's something that you touched on.
Yeah.
Because that one is always a catch-22, because there are some bikers that say, no, okay, but that old school type of biking where there is maybe a live band and you know what I mean? And then question 2, are we creating our own way of doing things and deleting the old culture of biking? What's your take? That's the third question. What's your take about the people calling BMW RR a widowmaker? So I don't know if I should repeat the question.
Widowmaker, wasn't that the R1?
Yeah.
We don't make ourselves humble.
It's evolved.
I think we have touched on it. Recently,
It's evolved.
recently there's been
Yeah.
the unfortunate,
So-
the RR Sunday.
Yeah.
What do you call it? S1000.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
For me to answer that one personally,
Yeah.
I think an S1000 is a cool bike to own, right?
Sure.
So to a point whereby now, even new riders
Yeah.
don't start car or reka, 600. So they start car.
S1000.
S1000. Then opportunity 7.
I want to say there's 3 bikes that are trending right now. Ne? Ke RR, ke Boulevard, ke GS.
But we are saying,
Those are the,
if you're gonna get those bikes,
yeah,
improve yourself.
100%.
Get the skill.
I just don't think Corey an S1000 is a good bike to get as a first bike.
Yeah.
It's
Just
not.
my own personal.
So,
But remember, people have access to funds.
I understand that.
You can't tell a person what to buy. You can only advise. You can only encourage.
Imagine Autola Spa,
Yeah.
right? Or Nasha. The first car you buy is a brand new Mercedes-Benz 667. I also reading Polo.
It's a wrong mentality.
It's a wrong thing to do, man.
But
so,
how much more can you say don't?
Yeah, and I'm just saying.
Remember, you're speaking to adults here.
is the power with you, or is the power with you? When I say you as councils,
leaders.
No.
as
Nah,
leaders
you're
on
not.
Twitter, you know, because that issue, ne, the way it needs to be addressed,
Yeah.
is when councils come together and there's a petition put forward to say that, you know what, the way people are getting their licenses is way too easy, right? Can something be legislated to say, he's already shaking his head, but you know where I'm going, to say that start Kaka 400
I would
and
do
then
it
come back,
differently.
and then come back.
That is beyond. That is
Yeah?
beyond it. It's
I would
beyond
do it.
legislation.
I would do it differently.
Yeah,
I would say to the legislators,
yeah,
make sure that the
it's too much.
first timer should get a license.
Yes, 600.
Yeah.
A bike, a motor vehicle combined,
Yeah,
because of you are able to ride a bike,
yeah,
but you are able to ride a car. But if you're driving a car,
yeah,
you don't know the dynamics of riding.
yeah, sure.
So have both.
Nice. So the problem is you can't control the kids are damaged. If someone has the money to buy a 1000 cc,
Very
what
don't
can you
choice.
do as a cancer?
Yeah.
You can't clean it.
It's beyond that.
Okay, so let's move on because time. Maboku also touches on what we've already touched on.
He must stop
which is-
selling the 1000 to your riders.
He was what?
He must stop selling the S1000 to new riders. He must stop selling.
So will there ever be a chance for both councils to reunite under one roof, right? Okay, and then the last question, right? This is from Tina Turner. Please ask them this: why are they not recognizing solo riders who are always in support of the events? That's number one. Why
Recognized.
Why have we
They
ever?
participate in events. They do slow rides. They play any other game. The only time when they're not recognized is when they want to participate in club-related games.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the answer.
But that's the answer.
Okay.
That's the
All
answer,
right,
yeah.
let's move on. Okay, why have that's the second question. Why have we never heard of them playing a role if a solo rider gets involved in a bike accident? Yeah,
He's a solo rider.
yeah. So
That's why we encourage people to be in clubs.
to belong to clubs and belong to councils. Right. So who dictates the gate taking price of events, and why are they letting MCC hosting RIP riders in terms? Okay, who dictates the gate?
The council.
The council
The
makes the
The
price.
All right,
Yeah, we
The
regulate
council-
the price. Yeah,
regulate the price.
Yeah.
there's a date.
You don't come SAS prices.
There's a running price, and there's a what we refer to as festivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So from
By the way-
each council there is for each and every affiliated club
Yeah.
there will be a set price for.
And what we do,
Yeah.
we encourage, especially with those seen as expensive,
Yeah.
we encourage people to do early bird tickets.
Yeah.
So we are able to get an early bird ticket at a reduced price.
Yeah.
But if you wait until the last minute, then you're gonna pay what everyone else pays, which is at the higher price.
Okay. I get that. The last question is, who are they reporting to if they let their camps? And then in brackets it says club affiliated to underperform. Who are they reporting to? So
We are accountable to the council.
so basically, I think
Women, yes, God.
yeah.
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 We are accountable to the exco and the affiliates, all the clubs that belongs to the council.
Affiliated.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we're gonna need round 2 because time is really giving us an uppercut here.
I just feel we were too serious. This podcast is
We will do it. Let's do that event.
like something
Light.
entertainment.
You wanted light. No, but as a leader, the issues we are addressing are serious ones.
Yeah.
You know, maybe someone else can form the entertainment, but maybe the COVID. Yeah.
I undermine the position here. Yeah. Actually want to listen to me talk
About serious stuff.
serious stuff.
Yeah, maybe, you know.
Take us seriously. Let's give them the